We told you we'll be focusing on micros in this edition of Markets at Noon. Time now to check in with the top management of Mastek. Abhishek Singh, the Chief Financial Officer of Mastek, joining us here on ET Now. The stock is trading in the green. Mastek in recent days, the leadership has provided a roadmap on the next phase of growth. It's provided the FY19 outlook on margins and the tailwinds that exist from currency. Hi Abhishek, good to have you on the show. You are one of those companies in the listed universe which stands to gain from the rupee depreciation. Have you done any math as yet? You're the CFO on what this is going to mean for the company at large, the kind of rupee depreciation that we are seeing.
Good afternoon, Nantara, and thanks for having us on your show. Currency or otherwise, we continue to focus on the fundamentals, and obviously any tailwind that helps us is more than welcome. But that said, the bigger pie right now is about the opportunities that are there in the market, and that's what we are excited about, especially in the UK market with the government space and the opportunities that Brexit is throwing up, as well as the digital commerce story and the retail industry going through that transformation in US and the kind of asset that we have, which we use to help the retail customers. That's what is more exciting for us at this point of time.
Okay, so that's a very diplomatic answer, spoken almost like a politician, that you're not looking at currency wins but carrying on with business as usual. I'll let you go on this one. Your quarterly results will show us the tailwinds that you're getting from the rupee's depreciation. But let me talk a bit about the strategic roadmap that you have shared with investors. Talk to the ET Now viewers, talk to your retail shareholders. What is the roadmap for the next phase of growth?
See, the two significant growth engines. The first one that I outlined was in UK, both in retail space as well as in the government sector, and government in particular, where the large projects where government is buying with from niche service providers like us directly. That has given us access to the customer. We understand what their roadmap is, what is the project size, what phase they are in, what's the spend, what's the impact of the budget, how can we help them stretch the pound. All kinds of conversation. We have access to the customer directly, and we're having those conversations. So that gives us revenue visibility, the skill and the capability that they need now, as well as in the intermediate future, that helps us build ahead of time and supply them with it and facilitate the growth. Just to give you the specifics, the digital outcome specialist framework under which UK government buys services, the timeline for an RFQ to a decision making is as short as 15 days, and it could be possibly a small £1 million engagement, but nevertheless the decision making is very fast. Implementation expectation is even faster. Payments are good. So in that sense, working closely with the customer kind of gives us the confidence in UK. And if I take it across to the US, the next pillar of our growth, that's on the digital commerce transformation space. We were looking at helping retailers move from the brick and mortar revenue per store, revenue per square feet model onto the retail web-based, web commerce-based approach, which practically all of them have to adopt, given the Amazon experience that's being driven in the industry. And that's where we come and play. We help them with the platform implementation. We help them with the UI, UX, user interface, user experience, the pricing capability, the agency capability that they need. That's where we are working on. And this is going to get accelerated. I mean, this demand from the retail industry is accelerating by the day. So that's what keeps us excited, that the more we can invest there, it's about how much reach we can drive. That drives our revenue visibility and hence the growth.
As you said, that rupee, of course, gives you a tailwind as well. When you share the strategic outlook, you have not taken the rupee depreciation into consideration at this point of time, or you've already taken the advantage on pricing or demand that you will get because of it?
About the currency, so I would like to bring in some perspective that helps us here. See, as an organization, we have been doing a lot of digital transformation work for some time now. And the nature of digital transformation engagement is the on-prem, in-geography, customer site delivery. And that's reflected even in our revenue mix. If you look at it, we've got 70-30 mix in favor of onshore. Offshore book is relatively small, of which a decent portion is always hedged as a part of our risk mitigation strategy. So currency does not really play a very significant role. And the best way to validate it is when Brexit happened. At that point, our revenue concentration was as much as 90-95% out of UK. It did not impact our margins. As a matter of fact, we continued to expand it based on the business growth. So currency per se for Mastek is not a big player.
Mastek, but if you could just give us a sense of, what some of your competitors are doing, or, how does it give you a perspective when you go ahead and pitch to clients in terms of currency? Say if you pass on the benefit in dollar terms or euro terms or pound, whatever you're looking at, does it give you an edge over other players? Does it give you an edge over some of the other regional players like you who have been looking for the same order?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Clearly, the competition that we come across, let's say in the sectors in UK, who have predominantly an onshore delivery model, that gives us an edge. And to that extent, the conversation has always been about value. And in that, if a customer has a budgetary constraint, a favorable currency helps us alleviate that concern and constraint without impacting our margins.
Right, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for taking out time for us. Always good to get perspective from you. That was the management at Mastek talking about how currency depreciation will help them and how they're looking at the UK business from here on, which could be strategically positive.